Hi students, this is Johnson George. In this video, I am going to explain you a new topic, the first cities of the Indian subcontinent. In this video, I am going to give only a small introduction for our fourth lesson from the history syllabus. Lesson's name I already told them, the first cities of the Indian subcontinent. In our previous lessons, we learned the life of the early man. He lived a primitive life. He was a food gatherer. The life period we called Stone Age. We divided that Stone Age into three periods like that: Paleolithic Age, Mesolithic Age, or the Neolithic Age. During his Paleolithic Age, he used his rough stone tools. During his Mesolithic Age, he modified the tools and he made microliths. In his Neolithic Age, he polished his tools and started the agriculture or a settled life. Like that, slowly, progresses are happening in the life of the early man. Now some more changes happening in the life of the people or humanity. What changes happened? Later in the Stone Age. That are the points we are going to see in this chapter. See here, the man's lives changed significantly after he learned to use metals. The statement is like that. Man's lifestyle changed significantly after he learned to use metal. That means before he learning the use of metal, he lived only a food gatherer life. At the end of the Neolithic Age, he started a settled life. Okay, that is another thing. But here, till he developed or acquired the knowledge of metals, he followed a primitive life. So the first metal he used in his life, that is copper. So the copper was the first metal to be used by men. Question is there, which metal used by the man first? Which metal? Copper was the first metal to be used by men. See, he made his copper tools. Then, so in the period during which man used both the copper and stone tools, we called a copper stone age, or another term is there, Chalcolithic age. Chalco means copper. Chalcolithic age of copper and stone. Okay, so that this period, that means it is a transformation period from Stone Age to Age of Metal. As a result, he used both the tools. Which tools? The tools made of metals and tools made of stones. So it is called what period? Copper Stone Age. Copper is one of the metal he used. Then stone is the another thing he used. So copper Stone Age. Then later the various ores were melted and new metals he discovered like zinc, tin, etc. So he discovered the new metals like zinc and tin. Children, the development is continuing there. Later he discovered another metal called bronze. When he used the bronze tools, that period we can say Bronze Age. Okay, the various ages or various stages we are termed as per which thing they used for making their tools. The Stone Age means stones only used as their tools. Copper Age means copper used. Then now it is the Bronze Age coming here. Bronze they began to use for making their tools. See here how the bronze he made here. It is a mixing of tin and copper. Bronze is a metal mixed after tin and copper. What are the benefits of the copper? The bronze. The bronze is harder than copper. It is a metal, a hard metal. Bronze is a hard metal. As a result, he made the bronze tools. Means the tools are harder than copper or the stone. Okay, children. So that tools he used for various purposes, like clearing the forest, ploughing the field, digging the canals. So like that various purpose he used his bronze tools. Now he cleared more forest areas. So the village settlements along river banks become large. Near the river bank, he started their settlements, and he cleared more areas near the river bank. So either settlement areas or the village settlements become a large area. Also, the agricultural areas also improved, or agriculture also improved because of the invention of the new tools. Results large amount of the surplus production. Production increased. Why? Because now he cultivating more land. The surplus production. What is the contribution of the surplus production? The surplus production given him another opportunity. Provided him another opportunity. What opportunity? It was no longer necessary for everyone to grow foods. Because now it is surplus production is there. So no need of engage everybody in that production activity. So what happened here? Some people could now spend all their time manufacturing goods to meet various other needs. Now the number of people increased in the society. So the needs of the people also increased. So some of the people, they left from the agricultural sector and they spent their time manufacturing the goods to meet the various other needs of the people. Like the people need the pots. For what purpose? For a cooking purpose, or storing the grains or the liquids. He required the cloth. Here they required to construct the houses. So like that various needs were there. So some of the people engaged in such a kind of the activities. Results, the variety of occupations. Now the variety of occupations developed, like the pot making, weaving, then brick making, tool making, like that the various occupations created in the society. Then when they produce the various things in their workshops, they want to exchange things one another. For that, he assembled one place, or they assembled one place, and that activity, exchanging of the goods they produced one another, that is called a trade. And where they assembled, that place is called a trade center. Okay, the trade centers where a large number of people settled, and that large settlement developed into city. You know, the cities, large number of people are there. They are doing the different kinds of the activities. Okay, children, here a city covers a large area than a village and has a large population. Comparing to village, cities have that more population. Then the village life is simple. Why the village life is simple? Because the people have similar needs and similar occupation. Their needs are similar. What are the need of the village people? Their needs only, that is something related to agriculture. Because they engage in only one occupation, that is agriculture. So the needs and occupation of the people of village life almost similar. But in city life, it is very complex. It is not a simple life, complex life. Why? The city people have many different activities. They engage in the different activities. Somebody doing the service activities, somebody doing the businesses, somebody doing the trade activities, somebody has the labors. So like that, they are engaged in the different activities. So they have a wide range of needs. Their needs also different, and they engage in the different occupations. As a result, what happened here? City life required administrative bodies. It required administrative bodies. It required language. It required a script and forms of organized worship and cultural expressions. So we can say that the sum total of such aspect of organized life in a society we called civilization. What we called? It is called a civilization. So the rise of the cities in the Bronze Age that gave the birth to civilizations. The earliest cities of the Indian subcontinent came up in the northwestern part of our country, the region drained by the river Indus and its tributaries. That means around 4,500 years before or ago, a great civilization flourished in the Indus Valley region. We called that the Indus Valley civilization. About the Indus Valley civilization, we will study in our live class. I hope you got all the points. Study well. We will meet again with a new topic in our next video. Thank you.